Ahoy, welcome back. I'm Brainerror, and today we are playing the demo of the Saltsea Chronicles, which is the new game being developed by Die Gute Fabrik, which made Mutation, which I really loved, and I've been thinking about that a lot, and then suddenly I saw that they were making another game, and that there is a demo available, only for another couple of days, so I was like, I need to play the demo before it comes out. So hopefully it will be just as wholesome as Mutation with a good underlying message. I have no idea what it's about. I've not really looked it up. I love this dev, so I have nothing but good faith that it's going to be amazing. Previously in Saltsea Chronicles, the crew of the Kelpie discovered that their captain Maya has gone missing and set out to recover her. Was she kidnapped, or is something else going on? Los Gatos is the home community of one of your crew members, Stu. Whisperings on the radio suggest a mysterious indigo-sailed ship associated with disappearances was sighted here. What will you discover? I love that they kept the same artist as well. I really love it. Los Gatos. Ah, Cat Island. Right. Technique? Stanley is doing her morning stretches. Merle wanders over from the helm, enjoying the morning sun. Interesting technique. Are you applying specific calisthenic principles? I'm stretching. Yes, but what school do you follow? I myself have developed my own regime of exercises to prioritize muscular health. Sunny blinks at Merle. The conversation piques Neshka's interest. My back's been bothering me for a few nights now. Maybe you could both offer some advice. Vibes. How about a few cat cows? That sorts me out. Oh, what's a cow? Sandy shrugs. Opposite of a cat. The first should be holistic full body assessment, preferably carried out by an anatomical specialist, or a jog around the deck. Get the blood pumping. Furthermore, there are a number of fascinating theories about energy flows we could explore. Neshka looks back and forth between them. I think I'll just lie down. No, I don't want to go to Los Gatos. Platforms. Sandy looks out at the towering platforms of Los Gatos, calculating just how quickly she could climb them. Cats. Cats and cats and cats. You know everything, Merle, so tell me, is Los Gatos really just cats? For hundreds of years, so I'm giving to understand. Sounds hairy. Yes, the cats shed a great deal. Much to the benefit of the people in Los Gatos. They'll make all kinds of useful things from it. I'm not personally rushing to acquire a cat scarf or string instrument. A what? Perhaps it's best to leave it there. If cats had feathers, I'd understand. But their fluff gets everywhere. Merle's nose wrinkles in distress. Quite. Flying cats, though, that's a thought. Would their whole body be feathers, or just their wings? A cat covered in feathers? Is that just a bird? Are cats just birds with wings and feathers? Merle's mustache twitches in concern. Oh no! Blank spot. Waves. The ship creaks and murmurs with the gentle waves of Los Gatos' shore. It's almost like a purr. Worry. Yay, Iris! My favorite! Iris is a non-binary character, and I'm so grateful that they put them in here and did such a great job on their appearance and just the whole character. I love it, so thank you. Iris is biting their lip and staring at the boards underfoot. They're rarely the most talkative of crew members, but they're even quieter than usual. Moped looks up. Something wrong? What? No, I'm fine. Just tired. It's hard work on a ship. Get more rest. Spend less time on that radio. Iris blushes with relief. Yeah, that's it. I'm up too late with the radio. I'll try. Molpe nods curtly. There's still a thought niggling away at her. She stores it away for later. Hop to it. Stew is bubbling over with the joy of homecoming. Oh, it's been too long. And Miguel, he'll have news of all my little ones. I wonder how much Carity has grown. I wonder if Ante makes any more sense these days. I wonder... Stew! Stew's excitement is contagious. Burst. Stew lets out a great whoop, startling Iris at the other end of the table. Just you wait till you've had a snooze in the knit lounge, or met Lady Flufflebutt. Well, I do hope we learned something besides meeting, local dignitaries. Stew grins. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It's going to be useful. It's going to be extremely useful. Aid lets out a happy little sneeze. Alright. A wail rises from Aid. Fear, tiredness, hunger, could be all three. Could be a baby doesn't need a reason to cry. Could be a fart. Molpe is exhausted. She slept little. It's hard to hope when you're exhausted, but she's trying. Stew's buoyant mood is helping. I think that's everything. To los gatos. The island stalks the horizon like a cat on the prowl. The wind yowls like one too. Are you ready to disembark? Yes. It's time to proceed. Let's see some kitties. Oh. Stew chats away excitedly as the crew gather. And sometimes, when you wake up, there will be a blanket of cats sleeping on top of you. You're never cold in Los Gatos. Merle visibly shudders. It sounds... awful. Aggravating. Hilarious. Crowded. I was going to say it sounds nice. Well, certainly narrows down who I'm going to bless with the privilege of Los Gatos hospitality. The fluff is rather a concern. Merle suppresses a cough before he continues. But I am keen to see your home, Stew. That tower. I could do with some cardio. That's the fastest anyone's climbed up it. That would be Lord Mittens. He's quite the climber. I'd like to meet him. From a standing start? All 4 paws on the ground. Paws? Well, it's got to be a fair fight. I could do with a break. I always did like cats. Neshko, will you take Aid? Taken aback by the trust, but grateful for it, Neshko gently coos confirmation at Aid, who waves her arms and giggles in response. I hope it's restorative for you. I think I shall stay and watch the sea. Did you notice how empty the sky is? Strange. Okay. Time to get all the news. News of the ship. Of Maya. Oh. Of course. Iris is right. There is a mission here, Stew. Stew throws up her hands. No need to nag. First up, we'll call in on Miguel. And my pals Nikki and Anta. It's been too long. They always know what's going on. Come on. Initia represents tension between members of the crew. Oh. Issue. Sunny is eager to prove useful. To track issues, access them in the menu hub. Oh no, is this The Sims? Alright. Who can I take with me? Stew is leading the expedition. Who should accompany her? Well, I definitely... Oh. So they're both grayed out, so I guess I don't want to go. Okay, so we're not going to take Iris. I really wanted to take Iris. Well, then we're going to take Molpe. Molpe is intrigued to see her old friend's home, and if she gets to stroke a cat along the way, so much better. Let's see if they've heard tell of Maya. And she speaks Pata. Right, and the residents there speak both Pata and Esterly. Okay, so we'll take Oh, just one? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take her. Because she can speak the locals' language. Sorry, Sunny. Oh, herd of cats? Huh? 3 makes a clouder. What? Moppe steps around a herd of cats blocking the pathway. Carefully. Moppe. Moppe. This island really is precisely what you described. Did you think I was exaggerating? It's been known to happen. One of the offending cats swats at another. God. Oh, was that? The collective noun for a group of cats, an archaic term only really useful on Los Gatos, is a clouder. Oh, I see. Isn't it inspiring to watch a clouder at play? Clouder? Stu looks surprised. A group of cats. Not a kind of breed or something then? Come on. Lady Flufflebutt! Only the lonely. A cat saddles up and rubs her face against Stu's leg. Lady Flufflebutt! I've missed you, kitten. She doesn't look like a kitten. No, she's a big girl now. The cat mules a plaintive cry. Reassuringly in your paws. Reassuringly. Stu stoops down and buries her face in Lady Flufflebutt's fur. Oh, poor baby. What's wrong? She's feeling lonely. How do you know that? She just told me. Moppe gives Stu a confused look. In cats? Of course. Moppe frowns, unsure if she's being had or not. Stu's house. Stu's house lies ahead, looking as warm and welcoming as Stu herself. Cute. So we can't go there? Okay. Go further? Ooh. Stu spots a person she's never seen in Los Gatos before. Tall and solid, with gently twinkling eyes. Hi there! Stu waves genuinely. I'm Stu. Stu! I've heard so much about you. I'm Vici. Of course you have. Vici. Nice name. Oh, a look of realization dawns on Stu's face. Moppe senses some unspoken knowledge in the air. Vici smiles hesitantly, as if waiting to be scolded. It's nice to meet you, Vici. On closer inspection, Stu notes that Vici looks worn down, with bags under her eyes. Stu reaches out and takes Vici's hand in hers. It's all going to be okay, kitten. People have been very kind. Stu gives Vici's hand a squeeze. Vici shrugs a heavy shrug and sighs deeply. I don't know if you've heard, but there's some kind of bird. I didn't sleep that well before. And now, all night, the cats and the bird just... I see. I'm sure we can sort something out. It's going to be just fine, trust me. Just fine. I'm confused. Oh. Hello. I'm gonna play cards? A good deal. Moppe and Stu watch the card players from afar. Spoils. I'm quite good, you know. Just saying. Of course you are, kitten. Oi, wanna play or what? Really? Yeah, come on. We're starting a new game. Agreed to play, why not? Moppe approaches the card players, pulling Stu along. Stu, it's nice to see you again. The card players give Moppe a once-over and turn to Stu. Does your friend here know how to play? Of course. Moppe and Stu sit down to play. Alright. Trick-taking basics. You play as 2 teams of 2. Teammates sit across from one another. For each trick, all 4 players each play 1 card in clockwise order. The first card played is in a trick sets the lead suit. Oh my god, I'm so bad with remembering card game rules, so... But I'm just gonna play it and see what happens. Select card, why not? Bidding phase. Right. I got 32, they got 96 because I have no idea what I'm doing, but we'll see what round 2 brings. Oh, just about 1. Well, getting better at it. I still don't understand the rules, but let's see what round 3 gets us. Yes. 1 again. Game totals. Cool. So it goes by total and not by how many rounds, because I won 2 out of 3 rounds. That's stupid. Oh well. Mop is already moving on. Good game, friends. She winks at them. My 9 lives? No use to me here. Good to see you, though. Off on another adventure. Just one more. I heard that one before. Yeah, okay, well, I wish I hadn't started that. I'm not very good at, like, games in games. Ah, cheeky child. A child plays with a number of brightly colored felted balls made from cotton. Hi there, little one. Hello, old one. Mopey is caught off guard and Stu laughs. Excuse me? Pata, please. Hello, oldies. How old do you think we are? The kid thinks about it. I don't know, 150. You think we're both 150 years old? The young kid nods solemnly. Close enough. Do you want a bite of my flour muffin? Absolutely not. You've already eaten half of it. Oh, I haven't had one of those in ages. It's a muffin made of flowers. I know what it is. You don't look like you do. You're a cheeky one, aren't you? The young kid shrugs and continues to play. Malp is not impressed. Remind me to teach 8 better manners than this. Stu tries not to laugh at Malp's serious tone. I mean, she's right. It's a rude-ass child. I never talk like that to people who are older than me. Am I the only one that was brought up that way? I never called older people names or was rude to them. I was always very polite, quiet. It's so weird to me. The chalkboard boasts a meticulously planned feeding schedule for all of the cats on this island. Oof. Well, this is detailed. I can't risk forgetting a cat or... delaying feeding time. She shakes her head vigorously. The cats have always been here, and we have a duty to them and each other. That's how we live on Los Gatos. Mope nods. The cats have set us a schedule, sure, but we use it too, to sort out the work needed on the island for the people. Stu turns from the chalkboard and looks at Mope. We all share duties here. Cooking, cleaning, raising children. These are all communal responsibilities. We fit them in and around the cats. Their innate sense of schedule has really helped us. Stu chuckles. I can't help but boast, kitten. I love this place. Mope smiles. I love how you live here too. I do. There's a lot to be proud of. Oh, portrait? A life-size, hyper-realistic portrait of a cat named Jan van Kotten hangs on the main wall, fixing all who dare pass with an unnerving stare. Mr. Fuzzy Paws! Mope stares at an unnaturally still cat. The cat stares back. Neither of them blink. Persist. Mope's eyes begin to water. The cat remains unmoving. She rips her gaze away, gasping. Is this some sort of statue? Stu laughs heartily. Ah, that's Mr. Fuzzy Paws. He's a real cat. Mope slowly reaches her hand towards Mr. Fuzzy Paws. He blinks and Mope snaps her hand back. Oh! The cat begins slinking his way over to Stu, expressing quite clearly total disdain for Malpy. Stu laughs at Malpy's confused expression. He's quite the character. Stu crouches down to scratch the cat's head. What's he saying now? He's lonely. I see. As Stu whispers gently into the cat's ear, Malpy can only look on. Are they all lonely? The cat on rugs prized by the locals, itchy beyond compare, and cause havoc on bare and untrained feet. Well, so far, no news. Pulley system. Pull your weight. Malpy watches as an array of colorful vessels move up and down the exterior of the buildings, a gentle and ever-moving pulley system. This place is special. A kitten pops his head up from one of the moving vessels. Endless entertainment! What is this contraption? Stu grins. Well, it starts out for the cats, so they could go up and down whenever they want. The littlest and oldest can't climb too well, you see. And then we change things up a bit, so anyone or anything can get up and down without using the stairs. So long as everything is weighted equally and the vessel is big enough, it's no problem. All the meowling really distracts me. Malpy nods, impressed. Oh, we can go up? Yes! Coulda. In the fields of Pluie. Malpy pauses for a minute, standing by the fields of swaying, rich blue Pluie. I don't know what that is, but I can see it. What, kitten? Why you love it here? Why you always want to come back? Stu closes her eyes for a second. How are you doing? Malpy considers for a second. Honestly, it's hard to say. Sometimes I'm angry, sometimes I'm heartbroken. Guilty too. Shut up, kitty. No! But all of that, what it always comes back to. Loving Maya, it makes me feel like someone else. Stu considers this. Some loves feel like getting lost. Is that what Miguel is? Stu smiles. Like being found. Malpy shakes her head, as though to dispel something. Let's keep going. So Miguel is Stu's other half? Pluie fronds. The Pluie bush is looking magnificent. Its fronds wave in gentle wind, a healthy spring in their stalks. The Knit Lounge! Oh my goodness. Whoa, don't sweat it! Malpy watches Stu stare longingly at the bright and flashy sweater being knitted up. A gift, yes. You keen? Stu nods earnestly. I reckon Iris would love it. It's beautiful. Malpy agrees. But we need them for trade. I can't just ask for one. Why don't you check if you can trade for it then? A polite poke, a friendly support. Hello, may I ask you about the sweater? Stu waves Malpy down. She can't take it from here. The knitter doesn't stop knitting, but smiles warmly and looks up. This one is pure cotton. Pure cotton, eh? Oh shit. This one. A warm and soft yarn. A thread of thick yarn spun from cat hair. Cotton is primary export for Los Gatos. Didn't we already know that? The colors are incredible. You couldn't get them in this bright in my day. Stu looks shy, not used to trading on her own island. Could I possibly trade you something for it? Trade? With you? Only just back home? For shame, Stu. Take it and welcome. Aw, thank you. The cotton yarn seems to be in high demand. The last ball lurks lonely at the bottom of the supply basket. A stitch in time. Malpy begins to nod her head to the clickety-clack of the knitting needles. You'll warn me if you're going to start dancing. Well, it's got quite a good beat to it. Come on, Stu. I can see you want to move to it. I didn't know you were in the musical type. You never heard me sing to Aid? Stu and Malpy smile, watching the crafters at work. I honestly think the speed at which they're knitting that yarn is incredible. You've got to love this kind of efficiency. Molpe grins, taking the room in some more. Oh, Anta, you're cute. A prodigious dream. Anta sits in the corner, quiet, eyes closed. Molpe takes in their plain and simple clothing, so different from most of the Los Gatos community. Who is that? That's our Anta, dream stealing by the looks of it. They both edge closer. Come home. Home where it's warm. I'm so sorry, Carity. We're all so sorry. Anta shifts a little. They're returning from their dream sail, eyes fluttering as they adjust to the bright light streaming through the window. Oh! Sorry, kitten. We didn't mean to scare you. Stu, you were saying something about little Carity? Anta takes a deep breath, steadying themselves. Yay! I apologize. I'm always unsettled when I return, which makes sense scientifically. Scientifically? Yes. I always thought dreams were more abstract. Anta's eyes widen. Something has changed. Molpe is startled, but Stu nods, relieved that Anta sees it too. I've had these moments, like nothing else. Interesting. It is not often that the inclination takes, forgive me, quite so long to manifest. Am I missing something here? Sorry, Molpe, I haven't wanted to say, but... Well, I've had some visions, okay? You've been dream sailing? Not quite, but, well, something. Dream sailing is a science, too. It's not always described thus, but it's a kind of natural philosophy. Interesting. I've only ever heard of folk describe it as a spiritual experience. Anta nods. A misconception many have. To me, I see no use in separating spirit from science. It is about learning to tune into that which is, but which cannot be seen in the ordinary. It's practice of the extraordinary. To access it, you must experiment. Though it is much easier to begin if you have a thread of your method to follow. If you've caught a thread of your own, you must pull on it. Pull the wrong thread and the whole thing comes undone? Anta smiles. I'll demonstrate. They close their eyes, entering a strange stillness. A wave of waves. A tear in the sky. Or a tear, I don't know, it's spelled the same way. Racing before the storm. This is less destructive than perhaps Anta intended. Stu nudges Molpe. I think they'll be out for a while. Come on. There's Nicky in the Pluie fields. And my Miguel. You'll like him. He's a real charmer. Stu looks back to Anta, considering pulling at the thread. Alright. Interesting. Can I go out? There. Okay. Blue-toothed cat. A cat hisses at passers-by, revealing rows of blue teeth, the result of chewing Pluie. Oh, that's really interesting. That reminds me of beetle nuts. In Asia, beetle nut is a thing that people get a little bit addicted to. I can't remember exactly what the compounds are, but it makes your teeth yellow. So if you... Or was it black? No, red. It makes your teeth red. Yeah. So that's how you can tell someone's been beetle nutting. Blue-toothed cats are more bizarre than fearsome. Stop yowling. Okay, we're going back down. Oh wait. Stressed cat. I didn't see you before. Earmarked. A cat yowls, clearly in pain. Aww. Molpe makes a gentle noise, trying to coax the cat out of hiding. Stu spots the cat curled up just ahead. There's something wrong. What is it? They approach the cat, quietly tiptoeing. Looks like she's got a torn ear. Poor thing. Stu frowns. We'll get to the bottom of this. Moxa feathers. Distinctive black and blue feathers float on the wind. Stu frowns. Los Gatos natives know these feathers signify a reign of terror. Huh. So where's Miguel? Not in your house? Can we go into your house now? Okay.
Kitten.
Kitten! Miguel, my love! Miguel, delighted by Stu's sudden entrance, gathers her up in his arms. His eyes gleam with delight, but also a touch of something else. Stewie, my beloved, welcome home. Miguel relaxes the embrace to look at Stu and notices her conflicted expression. Please, tell me you're staying. Oh, I am sorry, my love. I promised you it was my last adventure and it will be. Miguel sighs, more from resignation than disappointment. I see. You're not done with the adventure yet. He smiles at Stu and embraces her once again. They hold each other for a long time. Mopey clears her throat. Perhaps I should leave you to be. Oh, kitten, I am sorry. How rude of us. No problem. I'll just step out. Hush you. Miguel, this is Mopey. She's our captain. Mopey opens her mouth. Temporarily. She insists she's not, but she is. Are you teasing your poor friend, Stewie? Ha! Teasing? When have you ever known Stu to tease someone? Miguel lets out a loud, pleasant laugh. She's wicked. Hush, Miguel. She could tell you stories that would make your toes curl. Mopey grins, planning to ask Stu to tell him one of these stories at the first opportunity. You old rascal. Rascal yourself, Miguel. What trouble have you been causing whilst I've been away? Me? Ha! I keep things quiet. What's the news? The Earl of Snugglesburg just had a beautiful litter. Darlings, everyone. But truth to be told, feels like there's a cloud settling on everyone. There's a moxa back again, biggest we've seen, and causing all sorts of havoc. Moxa, an irascible beast that steals its catch from other birds. Seems to enjoy menacing most creatures, especially cats. Nicky's even more glum than usual, even though the Pluie is thriving. That'll be because of Smithy. Plus Ant has been having some difficult dreams. We talked to them, but they didn't say anything about dreams. Miguel pats her on the arm. I'm sure they'll be okay. Stu huffs a gentle sigh. Going to sort you all out again, aren't I? Miguel smiles. Could you, Stewie? As they pull each other close again, Mopey turns away respectfully. I'll do what I can, I promise. Light of my life, swell of my sea. I love you beyond every wind and wave. Mopey clears his throat. Okay. We'll go and find Nicky. See if we can't find out more about this moxa. They're just hugging each other. It's not like they're having fucking full-on sex. Miguel's fine form lunges back and forth as he undertakes his morning workout. Diving queen? My old gear! Oh, it's been too long since I had a proper dive. We've been sailing swift. There's hardly been time. And no clues leading underwater. Get me below and I'll find you something. I never enjoyed diving too much myself. The water closes in. For me, there's nothing more freeing, especially at this age. You see strange things of the time before, of course. Buildings, machines, the odd gruesome sight, but it's peaceful still. Not for everyone, mind. Where do you find peace? Mopey thinks. When I'm observing the stars to chart the next course. Mopey's quiet for a moment. There's so much information in the sky, all of it bathed in light. Maybe if enough light reached the depth of the sea... Let me take you on a dive sometime. Show you there's nothing to fear. After a moment of staring at the diving gear, Stu gathers it up. No one knows what the future holds. Stu's home is neat, warm and vibrant. Her partner Miguel adds an additional charm to the space. I bet he does. Seeds scattered. Stu beams as her eyes fall on her family portrait. And here they all are. That's Mew, the eldest. She took to plants. Heard that she recently joined up with some other studious types. Marta, she's got young ones of her own. Off on an island southwest, I think. Paz, we haven't heard from them in a while. And Costa and Carla, the twins, they have a little trading ship that joins up with the float from time to time. I thought they'd grow out of each other, but there you go, inseparable. Scattered to the winds like sabla seeds. Moppa lays a gentle hand on Stu's shoulder. Adventurous, like you. Stu smiles. I imagine being brought up by you to be a very kind experience. And joyful. I hope I can give that to Aid. Stu nods. We do our best, kitten, that's all. Moppa feels suddenly overwhelmed. I believe that for you, Stu. Moons know I try. A pause. They turn away from the picture. Aww. This is very much like Mutazione, where there's like an underlying sadness in a lot of people's stories. But then that's the way life is, really, I guess. I'm trying to find Nikki. Where the freak is Nikki? Are you up here then? Oh, is that you? Ah, I see. Nikki! Nikki reaches out a hand to clasp Stu's. The other stays steady on her tilling tools. Stu! It's been an age! Are you back? You know me, always looking to surprise folk. Stu winks. But no, just passing through, I'm afraid. Moppa joins in on the conversation. We're looking for someone who's gone missing. Nikki looks back to Stu, perplexed. And this is Moppy. We're looking for her. We're looking for someone important to us. I thought you were fixing up a boat. Stu nods. You remember Maya? You talked about it, yeah. She's missing, and we need to find her. Vanished? Nikki suddenly looks stricken. What happened? It's nothing. Come on, how long have I known you, kitten? Nikki hesitates. Or maybe it's just a general feeling. Nikki seizes on this. There is a moxa bothering everyone. A rusting moxa in the radio lounge. And I know it's been an age since one roosted. It's snapping at the cats and took a right big chunk out of Mrs. Beans the other day. Miss Beans, is Smitty were here? Kitten, where is Smitty? Nikki's silence speaks volumes. Your Smitty has gone missing too. Nikki only nods. Stu pats her arm. Something passes between them. I'm sorry for that, Nikki. Nikki nods again. Well, we'll have to smoke it out then. Nikki's head snaps up. Stu grins. The moxa! Can't help with the Smitty thing just yet, but the moxa I can help with. Smoke it out with what? You ever notice that the moxa avoid the pluie fields? Ah, pluie. A brightly colored crop from Los Gatos. Pluie tea is a sleep aid. You can also chew pluie, at the risk of Bluetooth. Nikki's eyebrows raise. Stu nods triumphantly. It's an old trick, but it's a good one. Nikki is immediately assessing, running her fingers over the tops of the pluie. You'll have to come back in a couple of hours. Can't harvest with the sun this high. It'll harm the crop. Stu nods. Well then, we'll just head up on the radio lounge and assess the problem. Thank you for talking with us. Nikki smiles a short, sharp smile. Stu gives her one last gentle pat. So where's the radio kajigger? Potent fertilizer. Nikki brushes a hand along the tops of the glossy pluie fronds, nodding with approval. Good crop? Nikki turns surprised, then smiles sadly. Never better. That's new stuff, isn't it? From Offland? It's got a label. Can I see it? I like to keep track. I know Miguel always trying to grow new herbs and spices at the back of our place. Smitty got it for me, as a gift. He sourced it from somewhere. I'm not sure where. Nikki lugs up the heavy bag and presses down the half-torn label. Stu leans over to study it, not minding the smell. Hiromi? Comes from the float or so, I heard. Or so he said. Should have asked Moppy to get some then. Seems to work well enough. Bluey has a nice shade of blue. Stu regards the bag of fertilizer. That was a very thoughtful gift. Nikki's smile doesn't reach her eyes. So how do I... Oh, I can go even further. Oh, there you are. Radio lounge. Cat feeder. Cat got the cream. The cat feeder finishes scooping food into the bowls as the cat clamber over one another, vying for the optimal feeding spot. Oh. Hungry as always. Bottomless pits. Some of them have been poorly recently, so I'm glad to see them eating. Why is that? The cat feeder frowns. The Moxa attacks haven't helped. We're always on edge, waiting for a beak to peck out of the darkness. Now the cats only relax when there's a human around to protect them. It shouldn't be this way. Stu sighs, watching the cats with a feeling of deep stewardship. Hot cats. An old chair. On an old chair. Ah. A cat splays out on a deck chair, eyes closed, its paws neatly beside its warmed belly. Is that cat sunbathing? Of course! What else is there to do in the sun? Molpe bursts out laughing. Who does he think he is? Some sort of king? Shu feigns insult. For all you know, he might be. King of the felines, the warmest belly of them all. Stu looks very pious, and Molpe pauses. Please tell me you're kidding? Stu caves and gives Molpe a wink. Molpe's laughter begins to disturb the sunbathing regions. They move on. Right, radio lounge. Oh, he flew off though. Oh, there he is. As they enter the radio lounge, a gust of wind rushes in and swirls around an array of cat hair and leaf litter. Stu grumbles and begins to look for a broom. Molpe spots something. Look. There, a scrap of paper. Stu pauses, then bends down awkwardly to pick it up. Molpe spots another, then another, and begins to methodically pick them up. Here. Molpe lays down the torn scraps of paper and arranges them with Stu's original until it makes a small complete sheet. Molpe frowns at the strange writing. It's not Esterly. Ha! No, that's Smitty's mirror writing. He always thought we couldn't read it. So... Stu frowns, counting letters off on her fingers. Night of half moons, all to beacon Captain K's. Stu hums in thought. Night of 2 half moons was only a few days ago. That'll be when he left, I suppose. And beacon? K's? That's new. Your guess is as good as mine. Molpe slaps a firm hand down on the radio desk. The slips of paper shower back down on the floor. Right. We have to get that radio working. Looks like this message came from there, whatever it means. Might be more to hear on the waves. Molpe inspects Smitty's radio equipment, adjusting the dials and levers. I never understood these Saltsworth machines. Stu watches, hands on her hips. Reckon the problem has something to do with that up here? From atop the antenna, the Moxa gives a cry that echoes across the island. Sounds like a big one, horrid things. Let's take a closer look. Alright. Dark, waxy feathers line the floor of the radio lounge. While the Moxa remains, there's little point in sweeping them away. That's true. A stream of noisy static pours from the radio. Something is interfering with the signal. Is it this douchebag? Nasty nest? Molpe watches on while Stu creeps into the dark corner behind the radio array, craning her neck up to where the cabling leads to the island's aerial. 2 beady blue eyes flash in the dark. Molpe gasps. Oh, there! There's a troublemaker. It was almost invisible. With their eyes closed, they're almost that. You think they're black when they're against the sky, but their feathers actually absorb light in a very particular way. I'd admire them if they didn't cause such trouble. Are we going to hurt it? We don't have to think about that right now. The Moxa opens his beak and lets out an ear-shattering cry. Molpe grins, feeling fairly secure with the distance she has from the great thing. There's something impressive about it. Impassive, the Moxa opens its full wingspan, blocking even more of the fading daylight, casting the room into darkness. Stu hisses at the bird. Just you wait. We'll be back just as soon as we have that pluie. The pluie fronts glisten in the lazy afternoon sun. Alright, can we go outside now? Furniture? Stu zones out, staring at a warm piece of furniture. After a while, Mope moves over and takes Stu's hand in hers. It's a simple gesture, careful and platonically intimate. Smithy. A bit like our Iris. I mean... Stu hesitates. His head was always halfway across the archipelago. Archipelago. God, I can never say it. On the radio. Used to joke that the chair in there was so worn it was a perfect imprint of his behind. Stu smiles weakly. He was happy here. He had ties. I'm sorry it's happening to you too, friend. Maya was Maya, no stranger to running away. But it sounds like your Smithy had plenty of reasons to... Don't you go saying Maya had no reasons to stay now. She's careless and a fierce, intelligent fool. And so alive and beautiful. Stu smiles gently and nods. And she loves you. I'm sorry for your Smithy. And the other people too, but... She hesitates for a second, but then decides this can be said. It helps a bit, you know. It means there is something to make all this make sense. So many people. It's got to mean something bigger. Stu nods. Mope lifts Stu's lined hand to her cheek, resting it there for a moment before letting it go. We'll find out. We'll find out. Oh, sorry. Hotter cat. The sunbathing cat looks like he hasn't moved all day. Does he ever move? Only at feeding times. So he just lies there and does nothing? Stu shrugs. Mope is amused. She bends to give the cat a few belly pats. All this sunbathing is making me jealous. Some of us need to earn our suppers, cat. Resting is integral to the cat way, but our cats do also contribute to our community. There's the yarn for one, but they're also a part of us. Mope shakes her head and smiles. Empty bowl. The feeding bowls must at some point get filled, but the cats are quick to attend to the collapse of that particular reality. Right, go back down. Need to go to the bowl Pluie. You've got the moxie. Nikki is pruning the Pluie bushes when Stu and Mope approach. How's it looking? Oh yes, you're back. She busies herself harvesting a good swath of fronds. She works quickly but carefully, often passing over certain fronds for reasons unclear to the casual observer. I hear they're hard to maintain. They can be temperamental sometimes, but usually they're pretty easy to manage. Try a bit, why don't you? Mope picks a Pluie leaf and carefully places it in her mouth. Mope tries to chew, but her eyes start to stream, her forehead furrows and her fists clench. Stu looks unamused. How are you going there? Mope doesn't reply, and nor does she intend to be overcome by a front. Going to give it a little swallow? Mope frowns harder, and then, with a show of ultimate willpower, swallows the plant matter. Very good for you, that. Clear your pipes, no problem. That's the medicinal quality of it. The good ones taste a bit bitter. Mope gasps for air, refusing to dignify the experience with further comment. Right, there you go. Nikki hands the swath of freshly harvested Pluie fronds to Stu. Will this really work? You young ones never had to clear a moxa infestation? Because we learned how to stop them setting up. It'll just be a tick. Just be the trick even. Better you than me, they're vicious creatures. Not sure I'd want to get close enough to try smoking one out. Good luck. Mope offers a stiff nod. Stu waves cheerfully. Uppy. Uppy? We're gonna smoke you out. We're gonna smoke you out. Stu sets about making a heap of tinder and Pluie leaves at the base of the antenna, acting methodically and with precision. This is totally safe, I assume? If you know what you're doing, there's a knack to it. It burns quick and cool. If you layer the fronds right, it only sends the smoke up, and it burns out before it can spread. Stu pulls her trusty tinderbox from her pocket and begins sparking the little pyre. Plus, the gap where the aerial is wired will act like a chimney. A moxa feather flutters down as the bird becomes agitated. Where will the bird go? Plenty of trees and hilltops out there. Plenty of places where it won't scare my little furballs. Bluey won't harm it though. Just annoyed enough to leave it off. Molpe, who has had a mouthful of the stuff, isn't fully convinced. Stu looks up at the moxa as the moxa peers up over the nest, an unmistakable scowl above its beak. There. Fair winds and safe roosts to you, creature. Here we go. Stu strikes a few more sparks and the pluie begins to smolder. It's a thick blue smoke with a cloying scent. Stu stands back at the smoke as the smoke begins to rise. Yeah? You're not happy? Oh no! Bye-bye! Ah, that was the end. Thank you for playing. While the action on Los Gatos continues past this point, this is where the demo ends. Will the crew find more at their next destination? What about the strange changes Stu has been feeling? Will Lady Flufflebutt and Mr. Fussypaws ever find companionship? Why don't they find each other? These questions and more are answered in the rest of the game coming soon. Yes! I really enjoyed that. It was really nice, although I wish it was kind of like Mutazione where you could walk around. I kind of prefer that over this kind of setup. This is a little bit too static for me, but I do really like the characters and I do really like the overall story so far. It's just gameplay wise I preferred Mutazione over that, but I am enjoying the vibes and the art style very much as well. So let me know what you think as always, and I'll see you when I see you.